See, that's it right there, sis. I believe and believed that I was raising my children according to God's will, even when I was outside of God. I haven't shared my story, my journey back to God. This isn't that video, but what I will say is I experienced what I briefly called church hurt because the source came from the church, but God challenged me to dig deeper. And instead of identifying it as church hurt, because the church didn't do anything to me, especially since I feel that God is calling me into ministry, which is really weird. But it wasn't the church that hurt me. It wasn't God that hurt me. It was the man of God that offended me so deeply after saying that he was this particular person in my life, and then when it came for him to be that person in my life, he did not show up, which bumped up against all my mommy issues, all my daddy issues, all my adult in my life who said they're one thing but presented a different way issues. So that is my issue with the whole religion and why I walked away from God. But in that walking away from God, I discovered God. So I just give that background to say I thought that I was partnering with God, even though, you're over there and I'm over here, but I know. And it wasn't until last year that I actually woke up to the realization, and you've been here, so I woke up to the realization that each one of my children need to be governed differently. And I say governed or raised, but I'm going to use the word governed right now because I am just over my children. And whatever it is that God tells me to do with them, I have to figure out how to do it. So God is telling me to train up a child in the way that they should go, but Angel goes a certain way, Bailey goes a certain way, Michael goes a certain way, Caden goes a certain way, my stepchildren go a certain way. Everyone needs to be reached a certain way. I cannot just reach them in a one-size-fits-all approach. And that is what I believe, sitting down and saying, okay, God, you gave me these children. What will you have me do with them? How do you want me to raise them? Same with my marriage. You gave me this husband, you gave me this wife. How would you have me navigate this? Because clearly we were brought together. If we are living our lives within our divinity, if we are on purpose, I don't think that's an air quote, that's the truth. If we are living our lives within God's divine purpose, we truly believe that in our hearts. Because even though we have free will, as long as we do not completely turn our backs on our divinity, I don't know if that's possible, but with free will, we can always choose the scenic route in our life, but we're always going to route back. The problem is we may leave this physical plane, i.e. die, before we actually get to our purpose here in this lifetime. We all came here for a reason, period. We're all here for a specific reason. I am moving within my purpose. It is for everyone to determine their purpose here in this lifetime. But also in that, as we raise our children, we are to raise our children within their purpose. We don't know what their purpose is unless we sit and we study our children and we see what they do naturally in their natural interests. And if we just provide them opportunities to develop those natural interests, we are doing what God called us to do. But we can also say, God, how will you have me raise these children? We can guess, or we could just ask. Go and give me the answers to the test. I don't want to study. Go and give me the answers. How am I supposed to raise this kid, God?